We've all been there. That one stressful day that left you with a big, whopping headache. And you start to feel a little strange. You may even have a fever. So it's natural to ask, can stress itself make you sick? First things first, what's considered a fever? While normal body temperature is thought to be around 98.6, a normal range is anywhere from 97 to 99. An adult probably has a fever when the temperature is above 99 to 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the time of day. While a fever is typically a sign of an infection or other illness, the research on whether stress can cause a fever is a little spotty. Let's take a closer look. Stress is known to weaken the body's immune system, and that can have cascading effects on your health. Family medicine physician at the Cleveland Medical Clinic, Dr. Donald Ford, explains.
Stress is an important part of our physiology. I always think it's important to remember that there's a good reason we have stress reactions. If you think of ourselves in a primitive way, the old fight or flight reaction that we have. If we sense danger, if we sense something that's threatening to us, all these stress hormones kick in and alert the body that there's something going on that we have to be aware of. It helps us to look for food, it helps us to look for mating, and all the other things that we do is a natural part of our bodies. The issue that we get into is what we call chronic stress. And there's not a real clear definition of what chronic stress is. How long does it have to be? We generally think about for chronic diseases as something lasting more than 6 months. But when people are under chronic stress, these same physiologic reactions, hormones, chemicals that are released start to wear and tear at the human physiology.
If you're looking to reduce stress hormones, exercise is considered one of the most effective methods. But the question remains, can stress itself cause a fever? If you've ever gone to Dr. Google to find out if stress can cause a fever, you've likely read about something called a psychogenic fever. According to a 2015 study in the Temperature Journal, a psychogenic fever is a stress-related psychosomatic disease especially seen in young women. The study poses a theory that some people's high core body temperatures could be a result of psychological stress. The paper admits that, quote, the mechanism for psychogenic fever is not yet fully understood, end quote, but studies conducted on animals have shown that psychological stress can raise the subject's body temperature. Here's Dr. Ford to explain why those findings don't confirm that stress can cause a fever.
I think we can all relate to times in our life when we've been emotionally stressed, been through stressful events or something unfortunate has happened to us, and we can feel it in our bodies. We can feel the muscular tension, we can feel our limbs being a little bit shaky, we can start to feel warm and flushed in our face. These are all physiologic changes that are a result of stress. Now, the question of fever is a tricky one because when in medicine we talk about fever in a very precise fashion, and we're talking about core body temperature, and we're talking specifically above 100.4 degrees. So I'm not aware of any proof that's been shown in any scientific study that shows that a stressful event can actually raise your core body temperature.
Since stress hasn't been well documented as an official cause of fever, you probably shouldn't chalk up a higher body temperature to stress of any kind. If you have a fever, consider setting up an appointment with your doctor to find out what's causing it. If you're experiencing other symptoms on top of a fever though, such as difficulty breathing, don't hesitate to go to the emergency room or an urgent care clinic.
Always recommend that people keep a thermometer in their homes. And if your temperature is above 100.4 degrees, that's what we consider a fever. And my recommendation is at least talk to somebody in your doctor's office to see if that should get checked. Certainly today in COVID, that's one of the markers that we use, and we want to make sure that everybody has access and everybody is doing the right things to keep themselves well.